Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurkan here coming at you with another video. Welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise, and today I'm going to be talking about the Valstrax set. Now I understand that I'm significantly late to this particular topic, taking into consideration for how long Update 3.0 has been around by the time this video goes live, but in between live streaming stuff over on Twitch and my real life obligations and setting up stuff for the podcast, I've been pretty busy the last couple of days, so cut me some slack, okay? And also there was the fact that when I initially saw the Valstrax set, I was thinking to myself like, hey, this actually looks like an interesting set, but it also looks like it's going to be extremely niche because I guess I didn't really read all of the things that this set does properly, and I think that there might be a couple of you that have seen the set and you're like, okay, this seems like a niche little thing to deal dragon damage, and you kind of just like moved on with your lives and maybe didn't really care that much about it. But I'm here to hopefully enlighten some of you. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of you realize that this set is actually pretty friggin' outstanding. And if you're one of the few people that thinks that, Valstrax set, whatever, is like, it may not be the best meta thing ever, but for an average player, this is actually a fantastic set because it gives you a ton of survivability coupled with a ton of offense. And you guys are like, really? How does that work out? Well, let me just tell you, if you're using the Valstrax set properly, you're going to get a bigger benefit than using Attack Boost 7. Like this set, if you just wear the full set without putting any, decorations on it, it will deal more damage than a set that you make with Attack Boost 7. Of course, depending on what other skills you do to complement it, because you can also get like Critical Boost, Critical Eye, different weapons, different things. But let's actually get into this to make sure that everybody understands how this works, because like I said, I'm doing this because I myself got a little bit confused when I started looking at this. So what is this set going to give you? If you look at the active skills, you got Dragon Heart level 5, Weakness Exploit level 3, Resuscitate level 3, and Resentment level 3. Now Resentment level 3 is something that I personally don't focus that much on because, I mean, you'd need something that is constantly taking away your health to actually take full advantage of Resentment. And I almost feel like in Rise, maybe your health regenerates faster. I don't know, but I feel like Resentment isn't really active as much. Could also be to the fact that we can just wirefall out of just about anything. So it kind of, causes situations that you don't really see your red health as much. But let me know if you think that I'm wrong. I just end up not relying too much on Resentment. However, the other stuff that you have, Dragon Heart level 5 and Resuscitate, is actually amazing. Now, some of you guys might think, okay, so Resuscitate, you're thinking something like a bubbly dance. Every now and then I get a little bit more damage. Yeah, whatever. I prefer to go the way that I permanently have more damage. But that's the thing. If you play Valstrax set correctly, you permanently have more damage. And this additional damage, like I said, just from the skills that come with the set, is going to beat Attack Boost 7. So let's start by taking a look at Dragon Heart. Now, Dragon Heart is a skill that whenever your health, if you go at it by level 1, whenever your health is at 50% or less, you're going to contract Dragon Blight, and it's going to increase your elemental resistances by 30. And you're like, oh, okay, that's not that interesting. You basically get more resistances if you're at 50% health, but I'm healing myself up to full anyway to make sure that I don't die, especially now that we have some more challenging monsters in the more advanced quests that can kind of like almost one-shot you. So it's like, yeah, I'm not really going to be running around with 50% health. But the more points you get into this skill, which this is a skill that comes in every single piece of the set, so you need to use the full set if you want to take full advantage of Dragon Heart, the better it becomes. So with level 2, you get elemental resistance at 50. With level 3, it increases the health requirement to 70%. So you can be a little bit higher on the health department and still get the benefit of the elemental resistances at 50. And here's the thing. You just see that number. Okay, so that's all elemental resistances to 50. Notice that it doesn't increase your elemental resistances by 50. It sets them to 50. So you just have 50 resistance against any elemental thing. And that, by the way, instantly makes you immune to any type of elemental blight. So like, say for instance, oh, I got hit by a lightning from Apex and Ogre. Crap, now that means that I'm more susceptible to being stunned. Wrong. You're not going to get Thunder Blight anymore. That's done. You're not going to get Fire Blight anymore. That's done. Like, Gosarag hits you with his Ice Blades. Oh no, my Wire Bug's going to take longer to regen. No. You don't suffer from these problems anymore. Blights are gone forever. Now, when you start going into the higher levels, it's also going to give you an offensive benefit. So like right there, contract Dragon Blight when it's 70% health or less, sets elemental resistance to 50 and gains plus 5% attack power. So you got, oh, now we're also getting an additional bonus to attack power. And then finally, at level 5, which is usually what I run when I'm running Valstrax set, I just run the full set and then customize the rest of it through charms and the slots that the set brings, you're going to get Dragon Blight at 80% health, sets your element resistance to 50, and you gain 10% more attack power. And now you guys are going to be like, yeah, Rurikhan, but you know, you said this is going to give me more than attack boost 7. Attack boost 7 gives me 10 attack plus 10%. You're right. But the thing is, the set also comes with Resuscitate level 3, which if you see right there at level 3, attack plus 20 while active. So that means that you get attack plus 20, because Resuscitate triggers whenever you are suffering from an abnormal status. And Dragonheart gives you Dragon Blight. So basically, every single time you're below 80% health, you're going to get the benefits of the Dragonheart thing with the resistance 50 and 10% attack power, and Resuscitate with 20 more attack power. So it gives you an additional 10 attack power on top of, you know, what you would get from attack boost, for instance, which is a bit more. And then on top of it, it also comes with the best melee skill in the business. We all know that Weakness Exploit is like one of the biggest damage increases that you can have for most melee weapons. So, you know, that just kind of comes built into the set. And then you get a bunch of slots to play around with. Now, it is important to mention one thing, because at one point I overlooked this and I was just like making this big brain set on stream, which was ridiculous. People are making so much fun of me because I was like, oh dude, I'm totally gonna make a poison dual blade set with Valstrax, derp. And those of you that are like, well, what's the problem? You haven't realized that Dragon Blight removes all of your elemental damage or all of your status ailments. All of that stuff just gets removed whenever you have Dragonheart. So, because it gives you the Dragon Blight debuff, which is what triggers Resuscitate. So, if you are using Valstrax, I mean, you can use an elemental weapon if you want, but you're not going to get the benefits of the elemental damage, because Dragon Blight nullifies all that. Elemental damage, status ailments, all of that stuff is gone. So, the only thing that matters when you're playing the Valstrax set is raw damage. Which, by the way, if you guys have seen my videos, you will know that I'm always disappointed with how Capcom handles elemental damage, because it always feels way weaker, minus maybe like 2 or 3 weapons, but it always feels way weaker than raw damage, which shouldn't really be the case because it requires more management. It requires, you know, basically it's a lot more work to do a proper elemental set than to do a raw set. And raw sets can basically be used against anything, whereas an elemental set has a lot of limitations. And on top of it, raw always ends up winning versus elemental, so it's kind of like disappointing in that end. But anyway, just be aware of the fact that when you are playing this set, you're focusing on raw, with one exception. And that exception is if you are playing a Valstrax weapon with the Rampage skill Valstrax Soul. Because what ends up happening if you do that is whenever you contract Dragon Blight, it actually increases your dragon element damage. But this only works for dragon elements. So if you want to do like a really strong dragon elemental build, then actually Valstrax is also going to be really good because it's going to increase your dragon element by 20%, which is actually a lot of fun. I got to work on a build for that, but currently I don't really have a good dragon damage charm to really take full advantage of this thing. But just be aware that if you're playing Valstrax set, you're going to be going straight up for raw damage. And then on top of all of these benefits that you are getting with the Valstrax set, you're also going to be getting a bunch of slots. So like if you look at the helmet, you got a tier 2 and a tier 1. You look at the chest, you got a tier 3 and a tier 1. Look at the gloves, you got a tier 2. You look at the belt, you got a tier 2. And you look at the legs and you got a tier 3 and a tier 1. So you get at least 5 decent slots in there, plus 3 tier 1 slots throughout the whole set, which is going to actually give you quite a bit of flexibility. To give you guys an idea, I was even able to just make a Gunlance build for this set with, like, you know, you just use the 5 slots that you have in here to get yourself 3 artillery and 2 load shells, and then you just get Evade Extender on your charm, and you're good to go. And this makes you a lot more survivable. Now, the downside to this is you can't really heal yourself to full when you are playing the set if you want to retain the benefits of Dragon Blight. So what you got to do is you got to get hit at least once so that it brings your health down below 80%. And then whenever you heal yourself, you want to interrupt that heal before it heals you to full, which you can roll to just interrupt, drinking a potion, and then it won't heal you all the way to full. And you just gotta, practice a little bit to make sure that you're only healing yourself up to 80%. Now, there is also another danger, and that is if you go online with this set, you might encounter some support players, which sometimes there are players in the community that just, they enjoy supporting other players, and they're running around with wide range, drinking potions, making sure that everybody's always full health, or they're popping their Dust of Life and stuff like that. And, that's really cool, but if you're wearing a Valstrax set, you're going to be, you're going to be hurt by this because it's going to basically negate the whole point of using this set. Because you're going to lose your Dragon Blight debuff, you're going to lose Resuscitate, you're going to lose the Dragon Heart, you're going to lose everything if you are sitting at full health. So whenever you are in a random room, and this is also kind of like a warning for people that play support builds, it's like, I'm not saying that you need to be careful and, you got to always look for people that are playing with Valstrax set, but, just keep an eye every now and then and just, see if someone, when their health goes low, if they instantly get Dragon Blight. That's probably a good indicator because you can see that by looking at like the party list and the buff and debuffs that they get. And that's usually a good signal that, they're running the Valstrax set. So if you see them at, a little bit below max health, don't instantly heal them. But, it is one of those situations that I don't think that this is on the support players. This is more on the players that are using the Valstrax set. You got to be a little bit proactive, and maybe if you're going into a random lobby, let people know, hey, I'm using Valstrax set, so don't heal me to full if I'm like at 80%, kind of like, it also creates a bit of a problem for multiplayer, I feel like. But for solo, this thing is friggin' amazing. It is a powerhouse. And seriously, I'd advise you guys to test it for yourself. I wanted to have a video for this set because some of the builds that I'm going to be talking about are going to include the Valstrax set. And I want to make sure that people understand how the Valstrax set works, why it is so beneficial, and, how you're supposed to play this set if you end up using one of those builds. Because if you're basically playing Valstrax set with full health all the time, then it's a complete waste of your time and you're better off just doing something else. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. Just wanted to kind of like inform you guys. And seriously, try it out because you'll be surprised how much more survivable 50 to each resistance makes you. Like, I was surprised. I was like, oh, damn, this is beast. Particularly with monsters that deal a ton of elemental damage, like Apex and Ogre. This is a huge help in that particular department. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like. If you did not enjoy the video, hit the dislike. Feedback is important. I'll see you guys in the next one. If you usually enjoy my content, subscribe, bell notification icon, all of that stuff. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.